What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be going over the top 5 classes for SnD. I believe that these 5 stacks are best for, solo players like myself. Even if you're in parties of 2 or 3 or 4, I think that these stacks are the best that they have to offer for SnD right now. They're supposedly talking about nerfing the flinch, so that might affect Prime a little bit. Either way, currently I think that these are the 5 best classes that you can use for Search and Destroy. Now, I am a solo player, so these are the ones that best accommodate me. I do believe that, you can still use these classes if you run in parties. I don't think that it's going to make a difference, but for performance specifically, I think that these classes are best for you. Now, if you guys do enjoy running shotguns for, because it's more fun to use, if you guys enjoy using other guns other than this stuff, by all means, please do that. But as far as the best classes, the ones that offer the most, call it shameless, call it OP, call it just ridiculous, because this is what the game offers. But currently, from what the game offers, I believe that these are the best classes that you can use to stack with. That's going to give you better performance. That's going to offer you more things in game. People will talk about Mountain, how it's overpowered, or they'll talk about Espionage because it's super cheap. But regardless of what's cheap or not, the game offers it, so why not use it? Again, I'm a solo player, so having any advantage, because I do run solo and against parties all the time. So these are the classes that I believe that are the strongest, that do help you the most in game. So aside from it being retarded, or the game giving it to you for free, or it just not being fair, regardless of all of that, I think that these are the best 5 classes that you can stack with. So if you guys do like using certain guns, use your guns by all means. Use the Type 100. I am a core player, not a hardcore player, where I think that the Type 100 definitely shines, but I do believe that the PPSh shines in core. So by all means, use whatever guns you guys want to. Use what you love to use, what's more fun for you guys to use. Okay, so with this class, because I just prestiged it, I do not have an additional attachment. So this is going to be the current setup, but you're also going to add extended mags to this. If you stack all of these with extended mags, this is a god class. This is really fun to use. This is really good. And I'm going to tell you why. More so than the rifled bayonet, having the additional primary attachment and the extra magazines is great. But to be able to move faster while ADSing is really important in this game, because of the movements are so quick already, that being able to almost adjust that movement while ADSing in comparison to when people are just moving generally is really important in this game, because a lot of the times those guys are moving way too fast when we're ADSing that we miss our bullets and we die. So this is a really strong class that I'm learning to love a lot. Running Infantry, because of that last perk, is very important, but also stacking with Inconspicuous, keeping that dead silence that gives you like 80% dead silence as opposed to like almost 100% with Mountain. So in Search and Destroy, this is very important to stay quiet. People sound horror. Everyone has headsets nowadays. I don't care what you say. Even with your TV, you can still hear people across the map with this game. So I believe that Inconspicuous is a very important perk to have. Now, I stack it with Infantry, so being able to stay quiet while moving is really important. So again, stacking all of this with these two, of course having the machine pistol because it's way too OP, and then having an extra 5 bullets in your clip. These are the two you want to use together, and then this with extended mags as well is really good for this gun. All right, so our next class is going to be Airborne. This is going to be our rushers class. PPSh all day. We're going to rock it with grip and quick draw. Quick draw is definitely a must, I think, for rushing, to be faster on your feet, to be faster on a gun, to get the first bullet, the first shot, you know what I mean? So definitely having quick draw. I think grip is also important for this gun. It kind of sways a lot. You have to be under control with your analog. It is a harder gun to shoot, which is why a lot of people resort to the Type 100, in my opinion, because it is easier to shoot, but you do get more hit markers. Again, that's a hardcore gun, I believe. Core specifically, I believe that this PPSh is for sure more superior. And again, we're going to stack it with Inconspicuous. We want to keep that silent movement. You don't want people to sound horror, especially when you're trying to clutch situations, trying to move around the map pretty quick, especially with this class. So these two are definitely priority. PPSh all day, baby. Again, we're going to go with the machine gun pistol with extended mags. It's a must. I like using frags. I think that this is the best rushing class right here. You guys can use Prime to get that extra attachment. You guys can do that, absolutely. But when running with Airborne, I'm telling you that you guys are just gonna get sound horde. You guys are gonna get picked off. It's gonna happen. But feel free to use whatever you guys want. I mean, you guys can stack with whatever. You guys can use whatever guns you want. I'm just trying to say that I believe that these are the best 5 classes that you can stack with for SnD. The best gun, the best core gun, the best assault, the best SMG, whatever it is. I'm just trying to give you guys what I think are the best classes that you guys can use for performance to get kills with, whatever it is. But yeah, of course, if you guys want to go in and use a grease gun, which is a great gun, I'm not trying to say don't use it. Use a grease gun, use the Type 100, use the WAF, use whatever it is. But so far for the rushing class specifically, this is a really solid class to use. Again, stack it with machine pistol only. This gun is way too good. You guys can almost just run around with this specifically and just do just as well. Next, we're going to go into the sniper class. So we're going to be using mountain, of course. We're going to be using it for the sharpshooter to stay hidden, of course, silent movement, and we're going to stack it with lookout. I don't know if you guys know about this one, but it's really good for snipers. It increases your minimap coverage and enemy targets appear from further away. So really important to have on your sniper class. I'm going to use an S-mine with this though. If you guys like to secure your flank, get reads on different things, use it at the bomb site, whatever it may be. I think that this is pretty important for a sniper class, so I'm using an S-tac mine on this. Again, machine pistol, extended mags. With this one, we're going to go with full metal jacket and ballistic, so reduces sway and also having that penetration just in case you want to wallbang people, whatever it is. Again, if you guys want to use a different, you can use prime to get a 3rd attachment. I'm just saying that this is probably the best stack you guys can use for SnD. Next, we're going to go into mountain with a PPSh. This one we're going to use primed on, but we're going to use it with mountain, not airborne. So we're going to keep that for sure a 100% dead silence, but we're going to have that extra attachment. Now we're going to be using with quick draw, grip, and extended mags this time. So a little bit different. We're going to be able to stay quiet. We're not going to be able to move as fast, but we'll have enough bullets to pretty much shoot whenever. However, again, same perks, quick draw, grip, very important with the PPSh. And let's go on to mountain espionage. Now this is probably the most OP class in the game for search and destroy. Espionage is definitely cheap. I understand that, guys. It's cheap to use this, but we are strictly talking the best class for search and destroy, and it does not get any better than this. However, I think they do need to nerf this. They do need to make a counter for it. I completely agree on that. But until they do, this is a god class. This is questionably and arguably the strongest gun in the game. I do have a better class that I like to use than the bar. I do like the FG better than the bar, especially for medium to long range, but that's my own personal opinion. I think it has better headshots. I think it offers better hit markers. The sway, the reduced recoil, I think is a lot better on the FG. So, but the bar is definitely a good one. I think if you did have a permanent unlock token, you should use it for this one. But this class right here is pretty nasty. You can also switch this. If you guys like iron sights, feel free to take off the reflex and put what else can you put on it? You can even put like extended mags or what else? Quick draw. I mean, anything is good with this gun, honestly. You don't need to use anything with it, but for me, I like to use reflex. I also like the lens sight too. I like using both of them. But if you guys wanted to also use instead of espionage, you guys can rock primed and use a 3rd perk on it. But yeah, this is probably like one of the best classes in the game for sure, 100%. I don't think anyone would disagree. But yeah, this is definitely cheap, but it is definitely the best class for search and destroy. So my next one is probably my favorite. I'm gonna show you my favorite class to use right now. Honestly, this one's pretty close. This infantry is pretty darn close. But I'm gonna go with right here. Where is it? This guy, mountain espionage with the FG. We're gonna rock grip and quick draw. So this is probably my favorite class in the game, although the infantry and the inconspicuous is very close, very fun to use. Having that extra movement while you ADS, I'm learning to love it a lot more, but I'm going to use it a little bit more and get used to that. But overall, guys, I think that these are the 5 best classes that you guys can use for search and destroy. I know some people would disagree and say, you know, you should be using this and that. Again, at the end of the day, you guys use what you guys want to use, which is what, you know, offers a fun and enjoyable game. If you guys want to use shotguns, go use shotguns. I'm not telling you not to use them. I'm trying to say that this is the best 5 classes I believe that are in the game, with the most powered rifle, the most powered core SMG, And of course you have your sniper class with lookout. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I hope it was helpful. Again, at the end of the day, use whatever is best for you guys. Again, I hope this helped, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care, everybody.